I'm Shanti. I live in Atrium Apartments, which is in Kalakshetra Road, Trivandrum. We got a bin which is like this, where you have the removable thing. It will be easy for residents to clean and again put back. This is our composting equipment called Agas. It is supposed to be good, so good that you don't get the smell out or you don't get those worms and other things inside. That is generally what is seen in a lot of other composting machines. You actually collect the wet waste separately in the green bins that I just showed you, and they are put into smaller buckets as and when they collect. And two buckets for each of the agas will be brought in wherever the agas are and kept. And we have distributed the agas in such a way that there are two near the beginning of the block, two more near other two blocks, and four more near the other corner, and the rest are here, so that the housekeeping also don't have to walk all the way here after collecting from every apartment. They'll leave those buckets and come off. They'll finish the complete garbage collection and then come back to filling up the agas for the compost. We have about 16 agas, 16 composting bins. They actually work in a pair. So we actually use only 8 at any point of time. The other 8 are resting or actually composting. So when you fill up one of, we have them as pairs, so we call them 1A, 2A. So if I have filled up 1, 2, 3, 4 till 8, the 1A, 2A and all up till 8A are resting and they are already full, let's say, they are composting. So when this gets full, then we when one gets full, we go to 1A. Okay, and 1A at that point of time should be ready for harvesting. Basically, this whole process takes 40 days. So we put in for 20 days, we fill in a compost bin. For those 20 days, the other bin is resting and composting. So there is already 20 days over because they have already been filled for 20 days. So 20 plus 20, about 40 days. And there again, we have scheduled it in such a way that there is a step process, in the sense we started off with 1, then we gave a gap of a day and then started with 2 initially when we started. So that the harvesting also happens only 1 per day. It will be very difficult if I have to harvest all the 8 on the same day. So it starts with 1, then 2, then the next day. So in a month, there will be one harvesting process only. 8 days it will get processed. Then again you have a gap. Then after the 20 days, the next set will start. So it's not like every day they have to harvest, every day they have to do this. And when they do the red bin, they collect those red bin, the rejects into the barrels that are there. The trolley that goes around in the basement. So as and when they collect, the wet waste goes into small buckets. The rejects go into this, and the recyclables go into, similarly here, where they segregate maybe Tetra packs into one more huge pack, glass bottles into one, milk covers into one, and what are high value recyclables or high value plastics, for example cardboard boxes, etc., which can be given to the kabadi wala, they are segregated either into bins or into huge bags which are hung around it. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays is when the recyclables are taken. All days we take the red and the green bins. And the way we have scheduled it, which makes it easier for the housekeeping, is we have 4 people going around. 2 will go for a red and the green, and 2 will go for the recyclables. So 2 of them will address the first and the second floor. The other 2 will address the third and the fourth floor. So people don't go to all the places at the same time. They bring it down to the trolleys, as I was mentioning, where everything is set into the right barrel or the buckets, depending on wet waste or whatever. Even in wet waste, actually, you still have maybe huge pieces of watermelon or huge pieces of the cauliflower stalks which do not go into our composting bins. So they bring it down and keep it in a separate bucket, which if they have the time, they do cut it and put it again back into composting. Else, there are days when they do, if it's raining or something, they do dump it outside in the common Arbezer bins. And the recyclables are on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays. Then we have 2 extra people going around taking only the recyclables, basically the dry waste. Initially, it was like one had to train all the housekeeping. Initially we had trained about 4 of them who were regulars in this, and once they got it really well, we started training 2 more, in fact, in a sense, so that everybody is kind of. So I had this plan or schedule in my Excel sheet where when will I need a coco peat, when will we need this, twice or at the max thrice a year I need to order for coco peat. So that is kind of set. So when I have only one sack of coco peat, the order goes up and we get the new. So this is kind of so set that now I don't have to really monitor as to whether they are doing it or not, because they do it by themselves.